Welcome to Husson University and the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Avery Henningsen alongside Caden Trenoweth here at Boucher Field as your Husson University Eagles are set to take on the University of Maine at Presque Owls here in this North Atlantic Conference divisional matchup between two teams that have seen quite a bit of each other over the years. The Eagles coming into this one 2-0 in conference play so far, while the Owls 1-3-1. Husson taking down the Owls earlier in the season pretty easily, so we'll see how it plays out here tonight. In the Eagles coming away with a 4-0 victory earlier in the year back on September 17th, just a few weeks ago now, and coming off a very, very dominant victory over Thomas before losing to UMass Boston at home, out-of-conference opponent, a lot bigger school, I think. A team that the Eagles kind of used to just reset themselves a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And that UMass team was a very good team. The one thing that you want to see from this Eagles team is, can the offense stay fast and can they counterattack like they did against Thomas? They kind of lost that against UMass. They were losing a lot of the midfield battles that ended up with being their big loss against UMass. Those two goals coming on errors in the midfield.
And in that Thomas game, we saw really an offensive explosion for the Eagles. A 9-0 victory there. Kate Harriman scoring, I believe, 4 goals in that contest. Just kind of stepping up big for the Eagles. Had a chance. I was taking photos for that game. Had a couple other chances go just wide as well. Harriman wearing the number 11 jersey has really been the biggest offensive weapon for the Eagles this season. 9 goals so far on the year. Her along with Harriman, or with Aviola, that is. There's Harriman there with the 8 goals on the year.
And to do that with a 55% shot on goal percentage is just an impressive rate to have. Normally you see these players who score a boatload of goals and they're taking a boatload of shots. They're not even in the 40s for their shots on goals, but pretty easily they're up there. Kate's up there with a 55%.
Looking over at the Umpy side, it's Madeline Morrow, a player to watch out for them. Freshman out of Caribou, Maine, 5 goals on the year. Has scored 3 of those against conference opponents. So she's someone that's kind of emerged for the Owls this year. The other name on that team, Alexis Ireland, multi-sport athlete for them. She's someone who has carried this team offensively for most of the last few years. Has made appearances in all 3 of the conference teams, first, second, and third over her career here with the Owls. I believe last year it was second team, 2 years ago first team in her freshman season, third team. Had 12 goals that year. But now having the new running mate in Morrow has helped her a lot, I think, on the offensive end.
Yeah, this should be a very exciting matchup. The only thing both these teams I'm hoping that they don't come out kind of slow. Normally in these late slate games, especially a team like Umpy where they travel down with the men's team, they have to kind of sit around for a little bit, wait for the men's game to wrap up. So hopefully they can get their legs under them very quickly and we have a good game from start to finish.
The Owls coming into this one following a 2-3 loss to that Thomas team that the Eagles beat 9-0. Obviously the floodgates opened in that one. It was a lot closer game for most of it. And I think could be a little bit of I don't think, if you read through those stat lines, it sounds like, oh, Umpy might lose this game 11-0 after they lost to the team that the Eagles beat 9-0. But it was really the Eagles offense just kind of stepped up big in that one. Harriman was getting wide open in the middle and was just burying them home again that contest.
Yeah, absolutely. There was just not a lot of mistakes made that game. They did everything right. Their speed was good. They were running laps around Thomas. They were just doing a great job connecting the passes. A couple little opportunities where the pass just went a little bit too far. That was only for a little bit at the start of the game. They really cleaned it up throughout the game, just creating chance after chance after chance. Not something we saw against UMass. UMass did a great job shutting down that midfield. That's where Husson got a lot of their chances. Hopefully we'll see if Dennis Mullins and company found a way to open that midfield back up for this team, creating more chances.
Eagles will be wearing all white, moving from right to left. Owls in the all blue uniforms, moving in the opposite direction. The crisp, cold 57, or not cold, but a little bit chillier 57 degrees. It's been warm up here in Bangor the last few days. Almost feels like a kind of last couple weekends of summer here, officially October. Caden, these games are just going to start getting colder and colder as the year goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been just that little breeze on that 57 is what really does you in.
Yeah, I'm not sure quite what the wind chill is, but I bet you it's sitting right around 50 degrees out there on the field right now. These guys, or these players down there right now, are probably a little bit tense out there, but as this one gets going, these starters will warm up a little bit. These are the ones that can be tough on kind of that bench group. Players coming in later in the game. Be tricky to stay warm out there. Megan Buddymeyer on possession here. That one's going to find its way all the way to the back post. Too strong of a touch, though, still there, and score for the Eagles just 30 seconds into the contest. We'll see who comes out of that pile.
Yeah, that's going to be Sophia Mullins. Just kind of a breakdown for Umpy. You saw it. No one came to help the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper had a bad read on it. Everyone was just kind of, oh, wait, that's your guy, that's your guy, that's your guy. Nobody was really picking up anybody. Easy pass across there, Sophia Mullins. Easy tap in. Just like that, Eagles up 1-0. We're not even we're just over 30 seconds into this one.
And Mullins knew just what to do with it. It was a great ball from Buddymeyer to that back post that led to the chance. And a couple passes later, and the Eagles on the board early. So Caden Husson taking dominance early in this one already.
Yeah, and you have to start out fast. You know you have to start out fast in conference play. Eagles doing a great job of that. They really found that way to open up the space that we were talking about that they were missing against UMass. They found it early, made Umpy punish. Or punished Umpy.
Eagles running 3-back line here. Kind of these outside wing positions, almost playing as the outside backs. Buddymeyer, a lot of space in front of her. He's going to take this one, a little through ball in towards Lambert. Lambert ball back across the box here, another chance. Mullins with a second opportunity, and Aviola puts that one high. Just trying to get around on that ball. It's tough on those one-hit shots out there.
Yeah, I think she had a great shot on it. I think it just took it the deflection. That's what got it over. I think initially off the foot it looked pretty good, but good block by the Umpy defense.
And it will be a goal kick upcoming here for the Owls. That one sent pretty well up the field. Going to eventually find its way to Null. Null's been one of the best defensive players in the conference since her freshman season. Marilla Corletto bringing this one up through the middle. Eagles just testing out this Owls team a little bit right now. It's Lindsay Reed back on the defensive end. Listed on the roster as a forward. This one, Buddymeyer off the crossbar. Second opportunity here. As this one's going to get bumped back out. We saw Buddymeyer, I believe, score from around that distance earlier on in the season. This one back into the box. Lambert there on the back post, but just a little too far out in front of her.
Yeah, that was a great read, a great pass. Good job by Harriman setting up that opportunity, but look at this shot. How about that? Way far out, just hits the crossbar. I mean, half an inch down. That one might be going bar down.
Yeah, Buddymeyer's been given a lot of space here on this left side so far in this contest. Saw that first goal come off of her, just kind of crossing it towards the back post. A couple times now that she's been able to drive in towards goal. Owls, Buddymeyer dangerous from that distance. Not the player you want to allow just have wide open stuff. This one finding Corletto in the middle now, trying to get it up over the top. Corletto here back with the Eagles this season. Didn't play last year. Played 2 seasons ago. Has assumed a pretty big starting role for the Eagles. Ball up over the top, trying to find Lambert. Lambert running into the keeper on that one. That was a bang-bang play down there in the box.
They're liking that play so far, that across the 18. Trying to find Harriman on a run through the back post. Second time we've seen that.
Reed loses it down on the defensive end. This one shot, score! The Owls get on the board, tying it back up. I think that was Morrow with the goal, one of those players that we highlighted in the pregame. Took the ball off of Reed down in the corner, just kind of dribbling around with it for too long. Knew just what to do with it.
Yeah, and that's a real tough one. You can kind of see, just didn't feel the pressure there. Morrow picked the pocket. Then perfect placement, just a nice little chip shot over Nolt, over Weigler. Just easy placement for her. Just like that, it's 1-1. Early action in this one.
That was a beautiful shot there from Morrow. You can see why she's been getting on the board this season for the Owls. Freshman out of Caribou. Caribou's kind of one of those towns that just randomly produces a lot of soccer talent, both on the women's and men's side of things. This is Aviola dribbling her way through the box. She gets knocked down in the box. No whistle blown on that one. There was a lot of ball on that tackle. And Corletto shoved to the ground. But it will be the foul called on Corletto instead of the other way around.
Yeah, Dennis Mullins down here is not happy about it. Corletto just has a smile on her face. She knows she's not happy about it, but she's not going to let it show.
That one will stray long for the throw-in. Buddy Meyer driving this one in towards the goal. And now bringing it back to the far side. That one's going to just go out wide for a umpy throw-in. This one sent in and won by Speed out of the air. It's going to go straight up to the top here. It's Russell and Buddy Meyer with a chance. Buddy Meyer shot that one. Not enough behind it, though. And be fallen on by the keeper. Morrow's swapped all the way over to this left side of the field now. She's going to take it off of Buddy Meyer. Morrow with the speed down the wing, and it's going to be Nolt who's going to come in strong on that one. Morrow taking her time to get back to her feet. Nolt cut a lot of body on that one. Definitely a clean tackle, but I'm going to watch the replay here.
Yeah, surprised this one wasn't even a foul. Got all foot on it. I mean, she did make an attempt for the ball. Just kind of unfortunate timing. Sometimes you do see refs give out warnings for that, though.
And we've mentioned Nolt before being very confident with those slide tackle plays. They can be dangerous ones. So that one there from Nolt. She definitely got some of the ball, or you would have seen the foul called there.
Oh, what a move.
Remember taking a little bit time on the ball here. She's going to go out wide to Reed. Eagles are going to slow it down, allow the rest of the team to follow in. Now finding Aviola. Aviola shot here. This one low and wide. I don't think that one was on target for any of it.
One thing we didn't talk about that umpy goal either is Lindsay Reed is not used to be playing on this back line. She played most of the UMass game in the midfield, so she had that time to do a little bit more possession, make a little bit more of a play where she wanted to go. I don't think she was just used to that Morrow attack.
Well, I would consider Reed almost more of an attacking midfielder rather than a defensive player. Maybe a CDM and playing in that midfield, but a right back is not a position that I would have said Reed would be comfortable in. Obviously, I think this whole team capable of playing anywhere on the field. Aviola trying to put a pass across. That one's going to be fallen on by the keeper.
Just a lot of shots so far. This freshman goalkeeper is getting tested.
Lambert trying to stray in there, take the ball off Morrow. Seen Morrow a couple times now pick the pockets of these two outside backs. Have the speed. She would have been in on goal if not for that tackle from Null. It is one, though, that I'm sure Morrow is going to keep that one in mind now next time she goes up against Null. Just try to poke it by her rather than try to dribble through that tackle. And Harriman trying to fight for it down on the side. This one out wide to Buddymeyer. This is that space she keeps getting. Put another shot on.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too easy of a shot to be taken multiple times. Unless you get a lot of power on it with some nice accuracy, it's going to be real tough to score from that distance.
Well, she had that one that went off the crossbar, but I think Voicing now kind of aware of that shot.
Yeah.
Isn't going to allow Buddymeyer to just get an easy chance on goal. That one across from Buddymeyer back in towards the box, up top to Mullins. Time to settle this one. He's going to try to fit it in towards Harriman, trying to box out a few players. Still alive, Aviola shot, that one just wide. That was inches away from being another goal for the Eagles.
Yeah, they just can't seem to fit it right now. They're just taking all the shots in the world. Just can't find the perfect one to put in the back of the net.
This one sent around in the middle. As Reed has it here, going out wide to Speed now. Speed with a lot of speed out there on the wing, trying to fit something back across that one off the top of the crossbar. Going to stay in play, Caden, as they're actually going to blow the whistle dead on that one.
Yeah, that one didn't look like that good of a chance when it first left her foot. No one was really making the run, but it just skimmed off the top of the crossbar. That was quite an interesting look. Not sure where it went out of bounds, though.
This one kind of squibbed up through the middle. Going to find its way all the way back to the defense. Buddymeyer finding Harriman.
That was a great run by Speed to the back post. Husson's really favoring this cross-field back post runs right now. Seen it work for them a couple times in the Thomas game. Very interested to see if they can get it going. It was same like this in the Thomas game where it took just a little while for everything to start to click, but once it did, floodgates opened, and all of a sudden they had 9 on the board.
This one's going to be taken short here. This one knocked around, sent all the way back. And it now punted up through the middle of the field here. As Reed laying the shoulder there, but will get called for the foul. That was against Morrow. Free kick will be taken by one of the captains in Monica McLaughlin, graduate student. This Umpy back line has been around together for a little while. It's Lambert who's going to miss the touch on that one, but eventually poke it wide. Back line for the Owls. One of the key parts of this team, I think. Obviously, with the offense from Morrow and Ireland. This one sent into the middle. Now Russell with it. Russell going out wide to Lambert. Lambert, a lot of room in front of her. She's just going to try to lay this one out in front of Aviola. Way too far in front of her. Moisine won't collect that one. Punt sent short. Mullins, that is, I think would have had time to take a touch to control on that one. No, great ball through to Lambert here. This could be a chance for the Eagles on the left wing. Lambert's going to cut this one back, try to send something across. Finding Aviola trying to turn, but had to turn away from goal. Going to find Mullins, shot there off of the defender. Out for a throw-in. Golden chance there for the Eagles. Enter multi-time player of the year with the ball inside of the 6-yard line. Eventually got kicked all the way out for a throw-in. Corletto a shot there. The Eagles have been settling for these long shots, Caden, but have not managed to get past Voisine with any of them.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to just do an up and over kind of through ball, or if they're doing more of just trying to test the keeper, see if she's going to stumble on any of them, give up a rebound, try to get someone late in there trying to just poach it in.
Russell trying to get this one through. I think that one touched by the defenders. We'll go out for a Husson throw-in. Actually, they're going to pull this one back for a free kick going against the Eagles. Not sure if that was a foul or offsides call. McLaughlin to take this one. Going to send it up through the middle of the field. Eventually Aviola is going to settle on top of it. Always strong on the ball here. Russell's going to drop this one back to Buddy Meyer. Corletto with it now at the top. They go all the way across to Buddy Meyer here. Buddy Meyer finding Russell. Russell taking a little bit of space through the box. She's going to put a shot on that one. Collected by Voisine, though.
Yeah, a lot of shots on Voisine, but again, just not really making her move, not really testing her. There has not been a lot of opportunities where she's had to move off her line much. You really want to start shooting low, shooting to the corners, getting her to dive.
In the first competition between these two teams, Voisine making 15 saves. The Eagles out shooting the Owls 30-3 in that one. Along with 19 of those being on goal. I think it's probably tracking towards similar stats tonight already. It's 11 shots so far for the Eagles to just 1 on the Owls side of things. that one's going to go out wide.
I think the most interesting stat between these two teams is actually kind of their series history, right? These two teams have played each other for a long time. Umpy owned most of the history in the 20th century. All of Umpy's wins in this series was the pre-2001 era, 17, 21, and 3. Husson trails in this series, but Husson has gone 15-0-1 since 2001. That draw coming in 2022, where Aviola and Ireland were the only lone goal scorers. It's been a competitive history when you look at the numbers, but it's been long, dreaded battles and victories, just one-sided time frames.
Yeah, like you said, the Owls dominant back before the turn of the century. But since then, it's been all Eagles. Aviola's going to put a shot on there off of the defender. Maybe Russell, who's eventually going to get on the end of it, finding Buddy Meyer. The Eagles right now, again, just dominating possession in this one. Seems like they keep putting shots on. Either results in a goal kick, punt, or them just getting the ball right back. Boise's going to collect that one with ease. Orletto's going to win that one out of the air. Eventually, Ireland, though, coming in for the second ball. That one's going to straight out wide for a throw-in.
I mean, the 12 and 11, 12, I think it's up to 12 now, shots, I mean, look really good, but one of those shots really tested the goalkeeper, right? I mean, you got to kind of harp on that if you're Dennis Mullins right now. I mean, you're getting quality stats, you're getting shots on net, but you are just not testing the goalkeeper. She is just gobbling up everything. She has not had to move as soon as the ball leaves the foot.
This one sent in. You get booted out clear again. Out finding Buddy Meyer. Buddy Meyer with that space in front of her. All towards the back post. A sub coming in here as Abby Dowdy enters the game. Yeah, Voisin's only had to make 4 saves, that is, on the Eagles' 12 shots. Graduate student in McLaughlin putting this one into the middle. Going to get collected right at the other end by the senior in Russell. No whistle blown on that one. Russell puts her hands up, usually pretty quiet down there on the field. Trying to get that foul called. Out wide to Buddy Meyer here. Great little through ball, just barely too close here for Harriman. She's still going to get to it. Lambert running into Ireland there. Ireland trying to lower the shoulder on her. Now Harriman trying to get on the end. Going to go back into the middle. Shooting chance, slide. That one, enough ball on it to not have the foul called.
Yeah, it's a tough play, but I think that one's all ball. That one looked pretty clean from start to finish. That was just a textbook foul, do or die. Or not textbook foul, textbook slide, do or die right there, just getting all ball. It looks pretty clean from my angle. I wonder if our camera's picked up something else.
Yeah, close to the same angle, or kind of the similar tackle to what we saw in that tackle by Nault on Morrow earlier in the game. It's going to be a free kick opportunity here. This is one of the reasons that Corletto was recruited. She's something considered somewhat of a free kick specialist. This is a review of that foul. Again, not a whole lot there on that one either, Keaton. Corletto's trying to put this one wide and didn't hit that one quite cleanly.
Yeah, number 10 wearing the captain's band, Lindsay Russell, is fired up right now. See her talking to the officials before that free kick. She's not too happy about the last two body contact plays against her.
And a couple kind of borderline fouls on her. Aviola trying to put one across. That's going to go out wide for a throw-in. And Tarbox is going to come in and replace Russell. Just precautionary. Russell kind of got caught in the same leg twice in a row. This ball sent in from the corner. Couple different chances at it. That one a missed clearance. Right back out to Speed. Speed ball, back post. Ooh. Just a little too far, though.
That would have been a great opportunity. I think just curving a little bit too much out. But it was obviously a great look, even if it wasn't even a shot. Maybe it was supposed to be a cross. Either way, it was almost there.
And it'll be a goal kick upcoming here. The other graduate student captain in Amelia Ivy. Going to be a yellow card awarded to McLaughlin.
Yeah, I didn't really see anything happen. I'm not sure. What was said?
Seeing the replay here. Kind of got spun around, pushed back at Aviola.
Oh, a double push back. Yeah, that's going to get you every time. That was more of a retaliation just because of that first push by Aviola, but the retaliation's always going to get called.
It was definitely kind of a borderline, a little bit of a foul from Aviola, but then the secondary push after the play. We'll see if Corletto gets given the green light here from this angle.
It's a great pickup by the referee. I didn't even see it.
Corletto just a little high on that one. And when she was a freshman, she made 2 or 3 of those from that distance on the season. This one sent short. Going to be won by Speed. Could have had a foul blown on that one.
19 minutes on game clock.
I think the ground's just getting a little bit slippery right now with the big drop of temperature once the sun goes down. This turf just gets this little slick feeling to it. I think that's why you're seeing a lot of slip-ups on the attackers right now. Trying to run full speed, just getting their cleats caught up in the turf, taking and just going down.
It's just kind of the moisture from the air and the pressure drop out there. This one sent short. It's going to go out wide to Reed here. Still the 1-1 score. The Eagles obviously having a lot more of the offensive chances, but just haven't done anything with any of them. As Aviola coming in a little bit late on that one. No whistle, though. So far, it's going pretty both ways. The referee allowing them to play out there. Lambert crossed to the back post. Speed couldn't quite manage to get on it cleanly.
Yeah, that was a great look. Speed just a little bit mistimed on it. Just caught her on that back shoulder. Can't do much once that happens.
Now on a miss-hit punt there by Voisin. Buddy Meyer into the middle here. Gonna go back post, trying to find Speed. Too far for her, though. Another goal kick here. This defense has to start getting tired a little bit out there.
Yeah, they're getting high pressured on right now. This has just been tough sledding if you're the defense. I mean, so many shots are being shot against you. You got to guard these runs all the time. There's always someone doing a run somewhere. You'll have to keep your head on a swivel. It's not only draining body fatigue-wise, but also mentally. It just starts to take a toll on you. Just eventually you'll start to slip up, and once you do, the Eagles are going to put it in the back of the net.
So the speedy Addie Lasley entering the game here for the Eagles. It looks like Aviola will drop back into the midfield for Husson. Something we've seen a lot of. Lasley's been coming off the bench a lot this season. Last year had a good season offensively. Lasley with 5 goals and a couple assists on the year. She obviously has that speed to kind of break the game open a little bit. The Eagles right now not really playing any sort of counterattack offense, okay, and just because they haven't needed to. They've just kind of had the possession the whole time in and around the box. The defense hasn't really pushed up the field. So we'll see if Lasley's speed even makes a difference out there.
And it's this is an interesting battle right now, because that's what the counterattack has been, what's been so reliable for them. It's how where most of their offense has been generated. Right now, you're just not seeing it. You're kind of seeing it. They're trying to like do a mini version of it when they're getting it to the back post off these long crosses. That hasn't been working well. You might have to start changing it up.
Another good ball from Buddy Meyer, but either the offsides or the handball called on that one.
Yeah, I think they got a handball on it.
And you can see even now that Owls just not really even pressing out of their own defensive end. Haven't had much success on these goal kicks. Buddy Meyer pressing up into this gap again. Aviola trying to turn inside. There's strong contact from her. She's been crashing around a little bit out there on the offensive end.
They're giving these defensive midfielders all the time in the world to push up. They just haven't found a way to make it effective yet. You've seen Buddy Meyer numerous times in this game get this ball up near the halfway line, and she's just running in unmarked, and Owls are just sitting back waiting for her to make a decision on what she wants to do. Just haven't seen it be effective yet.
So Katie Benson will take off Riley Speed. Lambert will switch over to that right side of the field. Benson on this left side. Good job from Tarbox there in the middle of the field to just kind of box out the players. Buddy Meyer going inside. Tarbox turning straight into Ireland.
Yeah, good read by Ireland. Anticipating the turn. Tarbox didn't see her in the peripherals. An easy turnover.
So it'll be a foul down here. Almost like another corner kick, taking it quickly. Corletto, but right into the goalkeeper's mitts. Eagles trying to catch the Owls off guard a little bit on that one. Normally you'd see the team kind of set up for a moment, but Corletto just putting the ball down and kicking it immediately.
I mean, I don't mind that play at all because it's been a tough defense to face. So, I mean, taking it quickly, trying to catch them slipping, catch their mind somewhere else. I don't mind that play at all from Corletto.
One's going to be out for another throw in here. And that one's going to be collected by Voisine. And this one punted up into the air here. And Morrow on the fast break. Reed managing to just get a foot on it, though, as this one's going to get knocked clear by Null. Will be Martell entering the game here. He's going to take off Corletto. That one mishandled by Weigler off of the post. That almost found its way in somehow. Weigler taking an extra second on it. Little smile on her face after that one. That one was mishandled.
Yeah, the only reason she's smiling is because it didn't go in. But that one was very close. I mean, like we said, the ball kind of picking up that condensation and the temperature dropping. But not only that, she has not had much to do today. Right? This ball has not been over this half-field line much.
Going to be a yellow card awarded to Aviola.
Yellow card issued to Husson's number 21, Natalie Aviola.
This is a chance on the shot there. Ireland spinning. It's kind of bouncing right in front of Weigler. That almost bounced its way in, Caden. Aviola, though, getting the card there in the midfield. Just one too many of those kind of strong tackles out there. It's been a little bit over the line on the physicality side of things in this one. That one flicked on. Weigler will pick it up, though. Aviola trying to fit a ball through. Harriman trying to get on the end of it. But Voisine there. And the Eagles have definitely had their chances on the offensive end. Just haven't capitalized on anything outside of that goal. That one miskicked. Lasley trying to get there, but collected again by Voisine. Freshman goalkeeper this season out of Fort Kent, Maine. An 84% save percentage. That's probably gone up in this contest as well.
Definitely.
So it'll be Kendra Donahue replacing Reed out at the right back position, and St. Louis coming in for Harriman. That one sent up the field, but collected by the Owls. And they tried to kick it up the field, but just no one there. This Owls team has had a disconnect between the defense and the offense so far.
Yeah, and you can kind of... Normally that's the midfield's job.
That one almost a chance there. And it'll be a goal kick upcoming here for Voisine. I'm going to let McLaughlin take this one. And now fighting for it.
What a power header by Natalie Aviola coming out of nowhere, just getting it down.
And eventually collected by the keeper. And there's play down in the middle of the field. As that one, I think the trainer's going to come out for it. And it looks like the trainer's just checking out the player down there on the field. Eagles taking a second to regroup a little bit.
It's been a really good contest so far. Nice physical matchup, right? I mean, we said earlier that this is going to be a good matchup. Don't let the past scores really fool you. Don't let the stat lines fool you. And so far, it's been as advertised. I mean, the Eagles have dominated the possession, dominated everything else, but really, they can't break through. This defense for Umpy has held strong. It's been a very good game.
So both teams getting checked out or taking a moment here to grab some water down on the sideline. As that's Morrow who's getting checked out by the training staff. Pretty good crowd here tonight, Keaton. Presque always travels really well down here to Husson.
It's a decent showcasing, especially for a midweek 7:30 game. I mean, normally you don't really see a population come out like this, but it's pretty good. Boucher Field's all filled up.
I know the Owls historically have always traveled really well down here to Husson. I know a few years ago when we had a playoff game against them, these stands were packed. I remember Isaac Potter, who was one of the broadcasters who taught me how to broadcast. He's from up around that region, and he was kind of saying that it was one of the, pretty much the entire town of Presque Isle came down for the contest. It's the only college really remotely close to them up there, so it's kind of become a little bit of, obviously Husson in this Bangor region. There's a bunch of, some of the high school teams are very good. You have the University of Maine. It's not quite as big of a following from the community as I think the University of Presque Isle is.
One thing you have to look out for, I mean, you can see Devon St. Louis doing it right now. A couple of girls going for runs, trying to stay warm, with the temperature dropping. I mean, it's going to be tough to stay warm, especially for this little break. I mean, you can kind of see some of them are just kind of holding their arms together, just shaking them up, trying to stay warm.
So that's not actually Morrow, that's McCarthy who's getting help to her feet. It's like walking a little gingerly on that right leg. So we'll see how these two teams regroup coming out of the injury. Now, from when I was a player, it was always tough to see one of your teammates kind of leave the field with an injury. Teammates are some of your best friends out there. It's like the Owls coming around to give her some support on the way by. So we'll see who the substitution is going to be there for Umpy. Looks like Olivia Gray will come in here. Native of Southwest Harbor, down on a Mount Desert Island.
Back to your Umpy point as well about them traveling well. you have to think about Umpy's way up in Maine, right? So
good 3-4 hour drive from here.
So a lot of these girls who are from this area or from even possibly even a little bit more down south, this is the closest home game they're going to get, right? So a lot of these people coming out just to support, seeing a game that they might not be able to see all the time.
Yeah, Husson obviously the closest conference opponent to this Presque squad. Both Maine Maritime and Thomas another hour away. Farmington another 2 hours away probably. And obviously the rest of the conference even further than that. That was a well-struck ball in towards goal, but just too wide. I think that was Aviola potentially way back on the defensive end. So it'll be a goal kick upcoming here. 6:45 left on the clock here in this first half. That one's going to get kicked into the middle. Martell just sending it back to Donahue. Donahue, someone a season ago, was very much the consistent starter on the defensive end. This year has started the majority of games, not getting the start here tonight, though.
Yeah, they did this to her, I believe, last game, or the Thomas game as well, where she didn't start, but she made a very early appearance off the bench.
The Eagles team has a very deep bench. Really, the first 8 players off the bench could all be starters on most of the other teams in the conference.
And these two work so well in the back together, Nolt and Donahue. I mean, there were several times last year that we were saying we're pretty confident that they could defend a counterattack, just the two of them, if they were standing up there. And that really opens up the Eagles game a lot, especially on the counterattacks, because then you can send those wingbacks all the way up with the attackers.
Yeah, Nolt's so confident on the defensive end. I think Donahue has that ability to kind of win the headers up over the top. And Nolt kind of playing that sweeper position almost, doesn't really allow anything after that. We've seen her time and again just kind of step in and make those big tackles. Be a Husson throw-in down in the corner. They're going to try to making Lambert push down into that corner a little bit more. Tried to take the throw-in a little bit further up the field. It gives you a little bit better angle when you're not all the way tied down in that corner. Nice little move there from Donahue. Stay Husson possession here on the throw-in. Going into Lasley. Up top to Aviola, and that shot way too high.
She has taken a boatload of shots today.
And we've seen her do this in seasons past and games past, where she kind of just gets given the green light to just take anything and everything that's open to her. And there's been games where it's worked, and there's been games where it hasn't. Aviola up to 6 shots so far in this one. Only 2 of them being on target, though.
6 out of the 16 shots taken. It's a crazy thing to think about when Umpy only has the 1 shot that actually went in.
And it'll be a corner kick upcoming here. It'll be Lasley who's going to take it. Going to put it in towards the penalty spot. St. Louis back into the box. A couple players down on the ground. And it'll eventually get kicked back out to Buddy Meyer. Ireland's going to try to head this one wide. Aviola's going to lose possession of it. Great tackle there from Lambert. Will lead to the Husson possession on the throw-in. And actually, it's going to be an Owls throw-in here on the far side.
Yeah, assistant referee down in the corner had something else to say about it. We'll see this tackle here. Those are just a great tackle. Standard got to the ball.
And now it looks like Lambert's actually the one. She And she might have got some turf burn on that one. And I'm pretty sure usually the rule is if you have an open cut out there, you got to come off immediately. Might have to buy her new pair of socks as well after this one.
Yeah, can't have blood on the uniform. Can't be bleeding at all or you automatically have to come out. They're actually going to try to fix this right now so she doesn't have to come out. You can see her wiping it up with the trainer.
And that looks like stereotypical turf burn down there, Caden. Looks like it'll actually be Higgins who's going to come in just to keep pace of play going.
See, that's one of those wounds that doesn't hurt right now, but as soon as she wakes up in the morning, that thing's going to hurt if she bumps it wrong, catches the blanket.
I remember having a bad one back in high school. I don't know if you ever played against the Lincoln Academy down on the coast.
Yeah.
They had the turf field. It was nice down there, but I remember the one time kind of getting shoved in the back on a play and landing and sliding on my hands and knees down the field. I kind of had turf burn on both palms and both knees, and then and we were wearing our white uniforms that night, and I kind of stood up bleeding from 4 different spots. And that one's going to get kicked out wide. .220 now on the clock here. This one trying to send it up over the top. Nolt's going to just control it, send it back to Weigler. Weigler, plenty of time to control here.
2 minutes.
Aviola turning back to the middle here. Going to try to go up over the top to Lasley. That one in towards the box, but flicked too high.
Yeah, Benson definitely won that battle in the air, just couldn't redirect it well. Just a great ball by Addie, who had to cut in. Perfectly placed it for Benson to win it. Just unfortunate she couldn't get a nice redirection on it.
So another goal kick upcoming here for the Owls. Been a lot of those so far in this one. That ball won by Tarbox in the middle. Benson trying to keep that one going, but nothing happening on it. And it now knocked around in the middle. There's Lasley coming to collect it. Eagles having to push up the field fast here, under 40 seconds. Donahue in towards the box, couple different chances at it. That was Benson who had the nearest chance on it. I think under 30 seconds here, the Owls will be content to try to just take this one to halftime.
That was just another great look that this Eagles team has had from across that just can't get redirected on net. Seems to be the game plan going in. Try to get these crosses to work, as they'll just kick it out. They want this one to be over.
They're just trying to run out this clock here in the first half, and they'll do so successfully. 1-1 tie right now, Caden. Not exactly what was expected coming into this one.
No, absolutely not. We thought the Eagles were going to kind of jump out to this early lead, which they did with that first goal in the first minute. A great goal by Mullins. But just other than that, we haven't seen goal-scoring ability from them. We've seen great plays, great crosses. We've seen them do tremendous work in the offensive zone. We just have not seen them put a quality shot on net that has really made the goalkeeper move. I can only think about one or two that really, truly tested the goalkeeper, made her get off her line, make a diving play. I mean, the stats aren't going to tell what the story's been, and the story's been is you just have not had the quality chances. You've had the chances. You just have not made it work.
Yeah, the Eagles scored 35 seconds into the game there, and then after that had numerous shots, not all of them being on goal, but then obviously not leading to much of anything. Umpy capitalized on their one chance, but We'll take a break here for halftime and be back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Avery Henningsen alongside Caden Trenwith.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Right, mi cariño. So like I said, everything I learned about cooking, I learned from grandma's empanadas. Shall we go again?
Yep.
Mix the beef with the onions with the peppers with the paprika with the garlic with the oregano with the cumin. Got it?
Got it.
Throw in the olives, stir, season, stir again, pour out the flour, roll out the dough, make a circle, drop in a fistful of filling, fold over, press down, and ta-da!
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Four, take 4, 3, take 3.
We've got a great show, everyone. Thanks for coming.
I need shots, guys.
Scene 4, take 4.
And back here from halftime, little piece here on Katie Benson, one of the seniors for this squad, who's been one of the key contributors on the defensive end for the Eagles for a little while now. Has really stepped up big for Husson as of late. As this Eagles team trying to kind of stay warm at halftime right now, Caden.
Yeah, I think that's an essential part. I think Coach Mullins wraps up this a little bit early just to go back there, let the girls get warmed up before anything else happens. But I mean, it's just been a tremendous game so far. The only real problem with that is it hasn't been evenly matched, right? I mean, the Eagles have 16 shots versus the Owls 1. And the stat that really jumps out to you is 16 shots, but only 5 saves, right? You are not generating shots on goal. You really have to start generating more shots on goal. I mean, you can take a lot of shots, but if they're not on goal and they're not quality, I mean, what good does that do you? You're just giving it back to the other team for a goal kick. One thing that really sticks out, too, is the possession battle. Husson has 70% of the possession. Umpy only has 30%. 26 and 51 of that 30% comes from their own side of the field. So just not generating a lot of movement, not generating a lot of runs past that halfway point. And an important thing is that 26% could have been off goal kicks too, right? Because that possession arrow changes as soon as the goal kick is rewarded, and they take a long time when they're goal kicks.
Yeah, the Eagles only having 5% possession in their own defensive end on the half. So really just dominant on the offensive side of the ball. And it's kind of played out. But like you said, not getting the shots on goal. The Eagles have been forced to take a lot of shots from distance, but not a whole lot of shots in and around goal out there.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it a couple times. Buddy Meyer just taking these long shots, but they go right in the chest of the keeper. She's done a great job reading the game, but, I mean, those shots can only get you so much. I mean, that first shot was a really good one off the crossbar, caught the defense off guard, but after the fourth time, it's really started to slow down for him.
And now leading into that package that we were just talking about with Benson.
I am a college athlete.
I am a college athlete.
Everyone sees the glory moments, they see the winning baskets and tie-breaking goals. They see the highlights and judge the losses, but there is so much more.
They never see the 9 p.m. workouts and the 5 a.m. wake-ups to work on a long run before starting your day or going to work. And many times lifting weight, nursing injuries, and getting back on the field is all what college athletes do.
Creates the three right in front of the Husson crowd.
We sacrifice important aspects of our lives in order to be the best in the game.
We sacrifice, we overcome hardship, but we continue to play. Nobody said it was easy, but we play for more than just the name on the back of the jersey.
Being a college athlete is more than just getting a check in the wins column.
Being an athlete has taught me responsibility, accountability, and determination.
We are competitors.
That one's going to be swatted out of play, a bilingual.
Being an athlete means I am accountable for more than just myself. There are bumps along the road, but we never give up.
Just a lot of space, and Harriman used her left foot.
I play with pride.
We are a family. We win together, we lose together, and we grow together. Some judge a season on the record. We judge the season on the connections we made. I am a college athlete.
I'm a proud college athlete.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at It's On.
Take 4, 3, take 3.
We've got a great show, everyone. Thanks for coming.
I need shots, guys.
Scene 4, take 4.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
And welcome back here to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Avery Henningsen alongside Caden Trenowith here. About 4 minutes before the start of the second half here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. It's been a pretty one-sided contest in terms of possession and shooting, but an even affair in terms of the score out there, Caden.
Yeah, it's just been one of those weird games for the Eagles. They just can't generate the chances, right? Said it plenty of times in the last couple of minutes, but it's going to be the story of the second half. If they can't generate a chance, Umpy is looking for a very good score on their record.
Yeah, the Owls so far playing the Eagles pretty close. Obviously, we mentioned in the pregame how kind of one-sided it's been for a lot of the year. Look here at the Umpy schedule. They have some games coming up here for the rest of their season, as both teams are warming up down there. And now look at the Eagles' schedule. Going to be taking on Farmington on Friday, followed by Maine Maritime on Saturday. Two big conference matchups coming up for the Eagles. Also going to take on Colby College in that span.
Yeah, some great upcoming games for these two sides. Both are going to have a big, tough schedule coming up. Got to keep working to improve, especially this Eagles side. Really got to focus on getting some offense rolling. Haven't seen it in the last two games. You really got to try to find that before this NAC conference play really starts to pick up.
Two teams just trying to get loose down there. Obviously, we mentioned the temperature. I think it's probably dropped another 5 to 10 degrees out there. Maine has those kind of days. We're starting to get into that time of year, Caden, where it's kind of warm during the day, like right in that middle part of the day, 11 to 4, sort of 11 to 3. And then at nighttime, it just drops 20, 30 degrees out there.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to Maine. I mean, you wake up for class in the morning, you're in a full sweatsuit. You walk out of class a little bit after 11, and all of a sudden, you look like a fool for wearing a full sweatsuit, and you're just sweating. I mean, you can see it out here with all these people. I mean, I'm guaranteed they were in shorts and T-shirts today, and now they're in full sweats with the blankets on, trying to enjoy this good soccer game.
Now, some of the men's soccer team down there are coming out here to support the women.
Yeah, they're always. I mean, if there's no fans here, that means the men's team is away. I mean, they're always going to show up and support this side. They do a great job showing support for their fellow soccer players.
Yeah, these two teams, the men's and the women's teams, definitely close together. Obviously share the same practice facilities. They kind of overlap on a lot of things. Are often swaps year to year which team plays first, so oftentimes the other team will be watching them during their game and vice versa. And the Eagles coming out with kind of a mix of who started the game and who didn't start the game out there. Everybody out there, I think, played in the first half, though. Looks like Lambert back out there.
What do you want to see from these two sides before we kick it off?
I think this Eagles team, they need to capitalize, Caden. They've had way too many chances. They've had way too much of the possession for this to be a 1-to-1 game. You've had 16 shots, probably another 15 opportunities that didn't result in shots. So let's just call it an even kind of 25, 30 chances in on goal that you've just done nothing with so far in this one. You have that one goal that came 30 seconds in. After that, not a whole lot. And this Owls team has done a good job at kind of holding this Eagles team. But I think they're still very much in this one. I mean, obviously, it's going to be hard to keep the Eagles out of the back of the net if you keep giving them that number of chances. But if they can capitalize on the chances they do get on the flip side, they're still in this one.
Yeah, one big switch I'm seeing almost immediately is they put Olivia Charles up in that striker position. She is someone who's going to generate the offense for you. I mean, this is her first year at Husson, but she transferred in, and I mean, her stats just glow out at you from her last college, her national Christian college called Regent. I mean, 6 to 17 games started, 18 goals and 9 assists in those games. I mean, she has the single game record for goals in a game. She just dominated down there, just hasn't been able to get it going on the stat sheet so far for the Eagles, but she's just done a tremendous job against Thomas, at least, because we have not seen this women's team much, but against Thomas, she was just generating offense non-stop.
Yeah, they're going to have Harriman and Lasley up on the offensive end. You mentioned Charles. This is a dangerous offensive lineup out there for the Eagles right now. I think Coach Mullins wanted to come out, get some goals up on the board right now. I'll be a little bit frustrated with that team in the first half at just how little offense they managed to achieve despite how much offense they did have out there. Kind of the plays were there, but not the results that I think the coaching staff would have liked. And player going down on that one. It will result in a free kick for the Owls. Been a pretty low foul game so far. We mentioned that they kind of let them play a lot of that first half. It's 4 for the Eagles, 3 for the Owls. There was a number of plays that probably could have resulted in fouls if you had a little bit more kind of whistle happy of a referee.
Oh, definitely. Even there was a couple challenges in there that we're saying, oh, that might be a card, but we only saw the 2. Both of them were more of like calming down fouls rather than actual card offenses.
Man, it's kind of interesting. You only have those 7 fouls, one of those being the yellow card against Aviola. She might be the person who's made most of the Eagles' fouls so far. Higgins trying to put a ball in the back post, and shot there from, I believe, Lambert on that one.
Yeah, it's just a great read by Higgins. Someone's name we don't say a lot, but she has been huge for this team so far. In this last little bit of home stretch, at least, where we've seen her really step up in this starting role, doing a great job, just playing her game, not making too many mistakes. That one was just a great read on the back post. You don't really see her get involved offensively, but Mullins letting her be a little bit more offensive.
And it'll be a throw in here from Husson. Now Aviola with it. Cuts right by the defender, cutting in towards goal, finding the open player in Harriman, blasts it right through the goalkeeper's hands. That will make it 2-1. And the offense from Harriman continues, Caden.
Yeah, that was just a great shot, but Boycine just kind of lets it get past her. I think that condensation really just get into the ball right now, get into the gloves. I mean, she's been stopping these all night. That one just slips past her. Not a mistake we've seen from her today.
It's a short angle shot, too. A great ball in from Aviola. It's not a play. I think she's definitely adapted as a player, has become a lot better of a passer as her career continued for the Eagles. And that one, blasting it right by the goalkeeper.
just a matter of time before a chance finally went Husson's way, right? I mean, 16 shots on goal, generated so many chances, this way, that way, back post, crossbar. But finally just something falls in, not how I imagined it though. I thought it'd be quite a tap-in goal. I didn't think it would not be a goalie mistake. I mean, again, that one was hit with some heat on that short angle, so that one's tough for any keeper. Just not one we've seen her make, a mistake that we've seen her make today.
Well, it's one of those ones that's so close and taken with such power that Voisin basically has to kind of guess at a side, pick a side, and just kind of decide on the fly where I'm trying to get my hands at. And she picked the right way. It was just, I don't think she quite got her hands behind where the ball was. Kind of hit her at the lower, hit her in the fingertips rather than right in the middle of your hand. Ireland trying to head this one on to Morrow. Foot race between her and Nault. Nault will win that one. This one sent all the way up the line. And Aviola trying to put a ball back across.
Yeah, Voisin just gets a little bit out of position, doesn't get the ball fully. Lets Aviola get a little bit of a chance on net, but fortunately just a little bit wide. Voisin talking to herself, trying to get herself motivated.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for Voisin, not in a bad plague sense, but more in just she's been given way too many chances to mess up kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she's capitalized on most of them, and that she's managed to make a lot of saves in this one and has kept this game pretty close. But finally given one that she couldn't quite corral. Corletto going to fit this one in the offense here. That's Charles on the ball. We didn't see her at all in the first half. Very strong with the ball at her feet. Charles with it again here is going to take a shot. This one high. Second chance there. Voisin kind of volleyballing it up to herself.
Yeah, and Charles with one heck of a shot right there. That one was going right towards the corner. Voisin kind of struggled with the first one, but regathered it, got it away.
Aviola with it here in the middle. Charles trying to fit it back in towards Aviola. Got a couple players around her. Aviola a little frustrated with the no call on that one. This one, a shot from Harriman. It's just going to find its way through. As that one just dribbled its way through the middle of the defense.
Yeah, don't let Harriman get hot, right? When she gets hot, she has these big goal performances, and all of a sudden, now she's got two in the matter of 5 minutes. Just looks like a great pass from Aviola. Tucks it into the corner, just kind of drops in.
It just looked like it kind of found its way to Harriman. She took a couple touches, and then, I mean, this ball has no reason to go in. It's just, I think Voisin screened by her defense. Couldn't really see the ball until it was already kind of rolling its way into the bottom corner.
And we knew this was eventually going to happen. You just can't keep the Eagles contained for that long when they have so many chances. They're going to eventually find a way to make it work. They're doing a great job here in the first 10 minutes making it work.
So Harriman, breakout season continues. Had 7 goals last season, already up to 11 on the year for the Eagles. We're just barely entering the conference part of the schedule for Husson. That's usually when the Eagles' offense starts to kind of get moving. And this is something that we saw kind of barreling down the track, I think, a little bit from this Eagles team. Remember, my first year broadcasting, it was the year that they had that really good class that included Harriman and Aviola and Mullins and some of these other players out there, Benson and Buddy Myers, a lot of the starting group, and then the class after that was really strong as well. And this Eagles team has just kind of been able to continue building on that, while a lot of the rest of the conference, a lot of the better players on a lot of those other teams were in their senior seasons when this Eagles team was already winning some of the conference. Great chance there from Morrow, though.
Yeah, Morrow just did something you don't really see in the North Atlantic Conference play. Nolt got beat. Seen her kind of struggle with a couple plays so far in this second half, but that one, Nolt really just got beat speed and touch-wise. Not something you normally see from Nolt.
Yeah, we've seen Morrow have a lot of speed up there on that striker position. Obviously with the first goal of the contest for the Owls. Just kind of picked the pocket of Lindsey Reed out on a right back position. And then bent it right towards the bottom corner. That one popped up in the air. Higgins on top of it, trying to send a ball down the far sideline. Harriman's going to get there first. He's going to cut that one back into Charles in the middle. Charles trying to fight her way through. Another second pass. Lasley off the post. That one is inches away from being just tucked into the bottom corner.
Yeah, that was just a great feed from Charles, finding an open Lasley onside. Lasley just couldn't get there, just a little bit to the right off the post. Fortunately didn't bounce her way.
Corletto trying to put a shot on there. And that one's eventually going to get flicked on. I think Lasley just kind of toe poked that shot. She won the foot race to that one, but not quite by enough to continue keeping possession of the ball.
Won the foot race and some body contact. Here's that chance again, just off the post. Totally beat everything but the post. Boisine caught out of position. Just couldn't beat the post.
Had a players kind of all around her, had to just kind of lunge at the ball, try to send it up the field. So this will be a free kick upcoming here for the Owls. So Weigler just taking your time to scoop this one up. And the Owls trying to pinch the Eagles down here, being a little bit too lackadaisical with the ball.
Yeah, high pressure on the back line. We haven't seen the Eagles be faced with this yet.
One's going to get sent on and eventually won back by Aviola. And Weigler will punt this one up the field. Got a good leg on her. We don't see her punt it all that often. The Eagles usually like to play the short ball, but I think a little bit scared by that last pressure there from the Owls. That one's going to get kicked all the way across the field. Plenty of time for Lambert to get over there and collect it.
Yeah, ever since Umpy switched into this high pressure, Eagles have been struggling a little bit in the midfield.
Nice spin there from Charles, trying to put a shot on. And Voising, enough time to collect the second rebound there.
This is what Charles does. She just generates the offense. Just unfortunately, she hasn't been able to find the stat sheet. She has these opportunities these last couple of games where she just wows you with something she'll do, whether it's a pass, a goal. She just hasn't been able to break through the barrier in North Atlantic Conference play.
No goals on the season for Charles. Has had over 20 shots, though. She uses body positioning really well. Nice cut there from Lasley. Lasley trying to send a ball across that one, taking a hit off of the Umpy defender. Charles does a really good job of kind of getting the ball at her feet, just kind of laying her hip into the defender and just positioning herself to keep possession of the ball and not allowing the defender to kind of really poke their way in there. It'll be Lasley to take this corner. Lasley takes it short, still bouncing up and over. Will be out for a goal kick.
Yeah, we saw a play like that almost work against UMass Boston, where there's just a low-driven corner. You almost think it's kind of like just a failed corner kick off the wrong piece of the foot. That one goes super low. Unfortunately, that one's not as good.
Well, there's kind of a couple different strategies to those corners. Sometimes you're trying to arc it in towards the goal and or up into the air to those players trying to head onto it. Sometimes you're just trying to blast it at that front post. Try to win that rebound sort of play. Saw the men's team score that way against Thomas. One of those ones that was kind of low driven right at the front post, just kind of bounced his way around. Player got his foot on it towards goal. Higgins trying to put a skill move on there, but will lose possession. Gonna go right back out to Corletto. Corletto going back out to Buddy Meyer. Now Higgins on possession. Harriman too strong of a touch there on the turn. Will be out for a corner kick though. Speed who's going to take it. St. Louis is going to replace Lasley out there. That one sent back post, chance there for St. Louis. Will be out for another corner kick on the opposite end.
Yeah, I think Voisin just got a little touch on that. Wasn't aware, she wasn't in her post range. She got a little touch on that. Now the Eagles will have another chance on the opposite side. 3 corners already this half for the Eagles.
Speed taking it again. Higgins missed shot there. Corletto actually with a shot. And it's good as that one goes way up over the top.
Thought that one took a deflection. An Umpy player. Just the way it accelerated up quickly, but assistant referee says otherwise.
And looked like the referee was going to blow the whistle for the handball on that one. Looked like a handball from up here. Caden kind of put the whistle to her mouth and then hesitated and just let it go out for a throw-in.
Yeah, the coaches on their chairs on the sideline right now aren't happy. They're kind of like old men on the porch, just kind of arguing with everything right now. Everything they see happen, they're not happy with it.
Well, it's one of those ones that if you're going to blow the whistle, or if you've had the thought to blow the whistle, you may as well give the free kick in the middle of the field there rather than the throw-in on the far side. Most teams would rather have the free kick. Too strong of a touch there from Higgins, but it will stay Eagles' possession.
Oh, there's the coaches right there. You can see them.
Speed ball back in towards the back post. Eagles again calling for the handball.
Yeah, first one was debatable because she was sitting in the middle of the field, kind of hit under her arm just a little bit. I can kind of see why they give that one away, where Eagles were going to get the throw in either way. But I feel like that one was pretty clear in the box. I feel like that one was a very deserved one for the Eagles. The whistle does not blow.
Yeah, and it's usually pretty telling when you see kind of the whole team jump up and call for the handball. If it's one player who just had the right angle at it, not always the case.
You can kind of tell, too, when even Umpy kind of just stops for a second. Even they're like, all right, I'm a little guilty, but
soccer is one of those ones that because of the field's so large and you really only have the one referee in the middle, obviously the sideline refs help, but there's some areas where they just don't really have any view at it, especially for a night game like this one, that it's often just kind of whatever team takes more of the dominant position with the ball, that it's like, if there's a 50-50 whose throwing it is, they often just kind of give it to the team that will step up and act like they won the throw-in. And on the reverse side, you can often kind of tell body language-wise what the foul was, sort of. That if there's a play where it looks like could have been off them, and then you just hang your head, that gets called pretty quickly.
I like when some players are honest about it and just put their hand up. Make it easy on the referee. That's my favorite. Makes it easy on us here in the booth, too.
I think soccer is one of the harder sports to referee just because there's so much going on in such a large swath of space, especially if you don't have those sideline referees and you're trying to call offsides and such from the middle of the field rather than anywhere else.
Yeah, being a referee might be the toughest job anyway, because they're never right. No matter what you do, you're never right. If you go by the book, have a perfect game, you're still not right. You probably made someone mad today.
There's always going to be someone mad no matter what call you make out there. Obviously, there's exceptions to that, a very blatant foul or a very blatant kick out of play. But I don't think I've ever watched any sort of sporting event at really any level all the way down to Pee-wee soccer without there's a fan or a parent or a player arguing a call.
Yeah, there's always that one parent that makes me mad. Always saying something.
And Harriman just wide of the goal. I don't know if you've ever had to ref any soccer games at all in your past, but it's one of those ones that definitely be hard just kind of getting yelled at for 90 minutes out there.
Yeah, I don't like confrontation, so I don't think that's my dream job. I don't think that's something I want to do. Because I don't want to make a call that I think's right and some parent be mad at me in row 5 of the lawn chairs.
And Benson will enter the game, replacing Lambert out on the left side. Aviola with possession here, trying to poke that one onto Charles, gets sandwiched. They're going to call the foul, though, on Umpy. We'll see if Aviola here from this spot tries to put one on target. Definitely has the power for it. That one too high, though, as she was going for goal. And this one sent up the field. Roletto unintentionally giving a really good through ball in towards Presque side of things. It's like Morrow's exited the game for Umpy. Maybe not quite as dangerous on the offensive end anymore. Morrow really on the season hasn't played all of every game. Ireland's someone who's pretty much started every minute for this team over the last few years. Graduate student with closing in on 5,000 minutes, as that one is shot wide.
Yeah, I've been here 3 years, and I feel like every time Umpy's in town. I've never seen Ireland get subbed off. Even for basketball. She's a great basketball player, too.
Yeah, Ireland only needing, after this contest, only need about 300 minutes to reach that 5,000 minute mark. It's probably really only possible if you play 5 years. Probably just about last season she played 1,400 minutes, so I guess could achieve that over 4 seasons. But you need 4 seasons of kind of staying out there every minute.
You need to step on campus and make an impact right away.
Buddy Meyer shot too high. Yeah, Aviola in her senior season here probably reached just 4,000 by the end of her career here with the Eagles. This one sent up the field. And we'll be out for a throw-in here. And we're breaking the 20-minute mark here left in this contest. This one out to Clark here on the near sideline. It's going to go wide for a Owls throw-in though. And now sent up the field. That one trying to win it. And it's eventually going to get taken back by the Owls. And just trying to send it up the field, but Ireland's been out there for a long time, like we mentioned. Not exactly the stamina to chase down after that ball. That was probably already going to make its way to Weigler. Great ball towards Clark. McLaughlin, though, coming over, and it's going to take this one away, but not manage to keep it in play. And I'll be out for a corner kick. We'll see who takes this one. It's going to be Higgins coming up from the defensive end. Higgins putting this one in towards the box, well too wide though. Higgins has a big leg on her, but we've seen that a lot from her when she takes those dead ball plays. Boisine collecting that one. Try to punt that one up the field. Ireland heading that one on. But Corletto picking the pocket of the Owls player there in Gerhauser. Charles trying to spin and send that one up the field. And Corletto with this one in the middle. Trying to fit a ball up over the top. Mistouched there. Dragged down. That's going to be a whistle, and I would think a card potentially as well. That was St. Louis who got fouled.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be a card. It's just a hard foul, too. 50-50 ball. See it here. Steps on the foot. Yeah.
Unintentional foul there on that one. And I don't think it was necessarily a break in towards goal either for St. Louis.
No, she just broke the back wall.
And Charles puts that shot right into the wall. one just going to roll its way all the way up the field to Weigler. Weigler doing her best to stall this one out. Gonna wait all the way till the player gets right up on her. Barletto trying to find Buddy Meyer on the left side. That one was a little too well struck. Buddy Meyer in towards goal. Great touch here from Charles. Chance. Shot low but saved.
She wants to score. You can see it. Every time she takes a shot that ends up getting saved, her face just kind of drops, her shoulders drop. She wants to score so bad. I think it would be just ecstatic for her finally break through.
You're not going to do it, though, by taking those shots from that distance. Corletto being replaced by Martell. This will be a free kick here in the middle of the field. Or at the midline at least. This one sent up the field here. And it's going to be a foul call there on Ireland. Buddy Meyer who got dragged down. That one taken right back though. Charles, this ball taken off of her. Eagles continuing to just pass this one around on the defensive end. That one a great ball up through the wing. Harriman there. Doesn't really have anybody around her, and Voisin's going to collect it.
Yeah, it's a tough play for Kay. You got two defenders coming in on you. I think your best option there either was to take the shot like she did or just kind of stop, wait a second, wait for players to catch up. Try to dribble it around, trying to get a little cross in, but I think taking the shot might have been their best play.
So Ireland exiting the game. Not something you see all that often for the Owls. Will be a throw in here for the Eagles. Clark's going to just get it into Charles. Turning back inside, that one booted clear. Really for a lot of the second half, it's been the Owls getting the ball and just trying to get it out of their own defensive end.
Yeah, just trying to get up to the counterattack as quickly as possible. Can't blame them. It's what you got to do when you're down by 2 goals.
And Harriman beating the defender around the outside, but good comeback defense there from the Owls. The Harriman just taking a touch too wide. Another substitution coming in here for the Owls. Really kind of emptying out their bench here in this second half. So Martell winning this one in the middle, trying to send it up the field. Going out wide to Higgins. That one's going to go out for a throw-in. So it'll be Russell replacing Nichols out there. Or Charles, that is.
Oh, watch out for the speed from Morrow. Now you've kind of got used to this laid-back kind of boot ball style by Umpy. Morrow's you're gonna try to get it right to the feet of Morrow and let her run with it.
Yeah, Morrow's gotten a chance to have a little break. Ball finds its way all the way through, but a great save there from Voisine. That was Mullins, I believe, who had a chance at it.
Yeah, that was a great job just trying to get it on net. Ball was bouncing. Took one touch to control it, one touch to put it on net. Pretty easily saved by Bosny, though.
Martell a little too aggressive there on that tackle. Will lead to the free kick here for Presque. That one's going to stray wide for a throw-in. See the substitution here. Aviola re-entering the game for Harriman. Kind of interesting at this point in the game. Ball back up over the top. One's going to be a foul called there on that St. Louis over on the far side.
Yeah, I feel like we talk about it every time with Aviola. I mean, she's moving up that record board of the women's soccer's greats right now. Right now, she's sitting in 4th place, 1 goal behind Leah Hibbard. She's sitting at 53. Leah's sitting at 54. She moved into 3rd place all-time in points.
That factoring in the goal she had tonight as well, kid?
Don't think that is, actually. Aviola didn't have a goal tonight. She had the assist.
She had the assist.
You were confusing me. But she's at 130 points now, which puts her in 3rd place, 4 points clear of, again, Leah Hibbard sitting in 4th. She has a ways to catch up to the 157 Beatrice Ikaz did back in 04.
This one sent up the field. Yeah, a little bit of a different season this year for Aviola. In years past, seen her be a goal-scoring machine. This year, 9 assists out there. It's really been a big passer for the Eagles. Had that one big game with 5 assists versus SUNY Potsdam. I think propelled those stats up a little bit, obviously.
Make it run. Good assist.
But as a senior, finding ways to keep the Eagles on the board. You mentioned it's been Harriman's a little bit of a breakout season offensively. Not necessarily that she didn't score goals in the past, but just at this magnitude.
And when she gets hot in one game, she just starts scoring them in bunches. Great pass.
That was a great opportunity there for the Eagles on the offensive end.
Little yellow card for after the play here, gave her a slap. I thought it was more of a pat on the back at first. We'll see it here. Watch Bosny. Bosny's going to do it once. Kind of take a swing. But the card was to the back line. I believe Taylor Marston was the one that got it.
Well, it's one of those ones that usually the goalkeepers don't like when the strikers kind of run in and around their personal space after they've already grabbed onto the ball. And obviously some frustration, I'm sure, on the part of the Owls. Just been stuck in this situation of just being kind of hammered with shots for the entirety of it.
Yeah, truly has been a frustrating game. If you're at the back line of Umpy, your offense just hasn't been there for you when you've had one of the best defensive performances. I mean, you've only let up 3 goals on what's felt like 50 chances that have come at you.
And this one sent in pretty high up on the line, and it's eventually going to get kicked wide.
Yeah, good attempt by Higgins. Getting the left foot on it, just sends it a little bit wide. Tough angle with the defender draped over her.
Under 7 minutes here. And sent up the field. That one shoving the back there. That was Martell who went down. Will be a free kick upcoming here for the Eagles. It looks like Nault will take this one. Nault's in a position here. She has plenty of leg to get this one into the box. Yes, that was Benson who tried to get a foot on it. As that'll be Reed placing a Martell out there. This is a little bit more where we would expect Reed to play out there on the field. That one's going to be sent up the field.
Great defense by Benson, not allowing that turn.
Asleep.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. I think it was all behind the play right there by Ireland. She's not happy about it.
Yellow card issued. Presque, number 15, Alexis.
Seen a lot of cards given out so far on Unby.
Been kind of a number of not fouls that happened on the field. I mean, obviously they all happened on the field, but not fouls that happened during the course of play, but after the fact.
Higgins, what a shot. She's not scared to take those opportunities.
One of those ones that if you could get a fortunate bounce right in front of her, try to get one that bounces back towards the keeper or away from the keeper, then all of a sudden you get that rebound chance. Finding Haley here. Now to Russell. A mix of starters and some of the bench players here for the Eagles in this final 5 minutes. And there's a good punt from Voisine. I haven't seen that from her so far today. She can kind of figure that one out a little bit. It could be a weapon for this squad. That one sent up the field off of Higgins' head there. Ireland with another throw in here. And Donahue will take Higgins out of play here. As this one's sent all the way back to Weigler now. Eagles trying to transition back up on the offensive end. Buddy Meyer taking all this space that's being given to her. Trying to fit a ball down the left wing. Aviola trying to fight in towards the ball.
Everybody's playing the ball.
Back line is not happy about these late runs. It's been a long day. 2-hour bus ride down. Waiting around for the boys' game to end. Cold weather. Knowing you have a 2-hour bus ride back after a game you haven't really been competitive in. I mean, you got the goal, score looks close, but stats are going to tell you this game has just not been that competitive.
That one looked like it took a touch off the Eagles there. And now regaining possession right back. Now finding Donahue here. Back to Clark. Eagles just happy to possess here. Gonna go all the way back to Weigler now. No one within 25 yards of them on the defensive end. Good triangle passing here from the Eagles down in front of the press box. Ireland trying to find Morrow. Morrow has a lot of speed, but knocked away by Reed. The Owls just trying to kick this one up the field. And a nutmeg play there in the middle here for the Owls, trying to get one last thing started on the offense. Presque going to lose possession there in the midfield. Yeah, foul there called on Reed. It'll be McLaughlin to take this free kick here. Final minute of the game. Trying to find Ireland on the back post. Weigler's just going to fall right on top of it. And take her time getting back to her feet.
30 seconds left.
See if they let her just punt this one up the field. Looks like they're setting up for that. That one a little mishit though.
I got that reference.
Trying to kick this one up the field. The Eagles content to just run this one out. Final 10 seconds of the game. Dominant performance overall for Husson in this one, as the final clock will run out here at the field. Final score here at Boucher Fieldkin, 3-1 victory for the Eagles.
Yeah, the score doesn't really reflect what this game actually portrayed. I mean, Humpy just could not get it going offensively. The one mistake early in the first half from the Eagles. That's why Humpy had the one on the scoreboard. Eagles couldn't find the back of the net, but created chances nonstop, created shots nonstop. Honestly, a very great game from Vosny in net. The freshman goalkeeper did a tremendous job the whole game, like reading the plays, making sure she was in a set position, doing a great job in net.
Yeah, two of the goals that were let in were both back post plays where it's a 1v1 between the keeper and the offensive player. The offensive player should win those most of the time. The other one was a direct shot from probably 5 yards away from the Eagles' hottest offensive player right now. So it's just, I think Voisin really played well out there. This was not as dominant of a performance as it looked like on paper, at least in the offensive sense. The Eagles definitely outpossessed this Umpy team. But in terms of offense, there's definitely some things I think the Eagles need to work on in terms of just getting some goals up on the board.
Yeah, I don't have to agree with you. I mean, definitely need to. I mean, it's weird to say that after they scored 9 goals against Thomas, but they just couldn't get the offense going today. And that's weird to say because it's a win, and we should be looking at the positives. And they did do a really great job at winning the midfield battles, creating those chances, creating those runs. Just for some reason, something just seemed off with them today. But they won. They should be happy. We should all be happy.
And we thank you all for joining us here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Wish you a good night. This has been Avery Henningsen alongside Caden Trenoweth here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.